Yeah, so there were a few to-dos from last meeting. Both of those, you know, have been done. You know, we adjusted the link for this meeting, and then, you know, I followed up with Vladimir. He submitted the panel for the heroes. So you want to move on to Nico, your agenda item?
Yeah, so I got feedback from one guy in Germany that he submitted a proposal for the Heroes program and did not get back any feedback. And I just wanted to make sure if we have any kind of general issue with the process, or just to mention and talk about it. So it's I will not share the name now, but it's a person we already talked about, John, some months ago. So it's his second time submitting a proposal without getting feedback.
All right. Can you send me?
I will send you the details.
Yeah, I'll have to follow up with that person. I don't know what's going on because we have been receiving submissions recently, and so I'm not sure exactly what's going on with this person's submission.
Yeah. So I will send you details. I just wanted to make sure that the whole process. I think there was some shift from Google Form to a mailing address, and maybe they got some things there need to be fixed.
So the application process previously was using like a Marketo form, which is part of GitLab's marketing stack.
Okay.
But the forms had a number of issues. One was like anyone using an ad blocker wouldn't be able to see the form. And so we were kind of like basically preventing anyone using an ad blocker from becoming a hero. And I know that a lot of folks in the tech community use ad blockers, so it just didn't feel like a great way to collect applications. And then, you know, I think the other reason is that, you know, when we can use GitLab to do things, it's, you know, kind of something that we try to do. And so that was another driving force, but it was primarily to get away from Marketo so that folks using ad blockers could still apply for the program. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up. When I actually read the agenda item, I thought you were talking about the proposals that our heroes had submitted for commit.
No, sorry.
But yeah, for an update on those, in case you're wondering, we expect to send notices like in the next 2 weeks. So I think for my track, you know, we've pretty much finalized who we'd like to invite. There's still like one or two kind of folks that are who submitted for multiple tracks, and I'm not sure if their talk will be in the everyone can contribute track or another track, but my track is pretty close to finalized. But I know there's some tracks that still have some more work to do, and I don't think we'll send out invites until until all the tracks are settled.
Yeah, we have plenty of time.
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to bring up, and I alluded to this before we hit recording, was this new page, which is the Everyone Can Contribute page. I'm sorry, that's the track that I'm managing. It's the recent contributions page. And I think the question that I had, you know, so right now, the original kind of process that I set up for folks to alert, you know, GitLab and other heroes of their contributions was to create an issue. But now that we have this page, I'm thinking that it might make sense to just have folks directly, you know, add their contribution to this page through an MR. And that will be kind of the notification process so that people can, you know, see how our heroes are contributing to the community. Because right now it feels like creating the issue and then creating the MR is kind of like you're doing the same thing twice. So rather than having people duplicate that work, I was thinking it might make sense to just inform or instruct people to update the page.
The only one downside there could be that this would be going into the repo for the website and not into the Heroes repo. I don't know if that's a major downside, but the nice thing with the Heroes repo is that you can watch one place for Heroes related content, whereas now the website's everything changing on the website and not just this. But maybe I'm inventing a problem where there isn't one.
Yeah, and I'm also not sure about non-technical heroes. So if we have some non-technical heroes, is it easy enough for them to create an MR in the GitLab website project and contribute their own stuff? So I'm not sure about it.
Yeah, I mean, we do ask people to update the Heroes members page when they, are accepted into the program. And so they're familiar with making changes to the website from that. And this process is a very similar process. It's just that it's a different YAML file and different data fields. But other than that, the steps are the same.
You're right.
I do appreciate your point, Adrian, about the changes occurring in a different project, and so folks would have to then keep an eye on a very noisy project, which is the www.gitlab.com project. So yeah, I think maybe we'll hold off on that for now. And
just a quick question: the activity sidebar on the Gitter channel, that's obviously getting a feed from wherever we configure it to. This is probably a big ask, but would it be possible to look at issues with a specific label in a repo? So if there's like a heroes label in www.gitlab.com, it would then just be able to get from there? Because that kind of might be a middle ground solution.
Yeah.
You can watch certain labels in GitLab, is that right?
Yeah, you can watch labels.
There we go. So maybe what we need is a template. No. A template PR or something, and then it adds a specific label for this kind of contribution. And then people could watch just that label. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put some thought into it and figure out a good solution.
Yeah, if we did go that route, we have different bots and things that we set up, so we could potentially, use one of the GitLab bots to basically, automatically add a specific label to any change to that file. So like anytime recent contributions, .yaml is updated, or if there's an MR against that file, we could have the GitLab bot put, Heroes contribution update label on it. And then folks could follow that label, but.
And hopefully Gitter could follow a label as well. But I mean, that would probably be a feature add to Gitter itself.
Yeah, Gitter is maybe somewhat limited, I think, in how many like GitLab kind of integrations it can have. I'd have to look and see if you can have more than one integration with GitLab.
Yeah, it would be, we would need a second one, and we would need to also add the label. But for the www, just include one label, but also include our GitLab Hero project.
Yeah. Let me just write this down.
And then another thought is maybe somewhere in the Heroes space, a little how-to on how to change this website and where to go. I don't know if it'll be useful for more people.
I actually have that in the README already.
Okay,
cool. Which is if you click MRs, the link will take you to that section of the README.
Okay, perfect. Great.
Cool. Well, I just thought the link is for MRs itself. I did not click it.
Okay, that's nice and detailed. Good job there.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Yeah, so that was the one thing that I had for the agenda today. So if there's nothing else, I think I'll just give you all the time back.
Just a thought around the virtual meetup. Is it possible, or would it be possible to promote it to all the heroes, or is that just going to create more emails when we don't want to send too many?
No, I can do that.
Cool.
We should also promote it in the Gitter channel too.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that as well. I mean, I guess it is targeted, like the idea is South African, but the more the merrier. Like if
I think a global audience is probably what you're going to get, regardless of who you target it to.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good one.
All right.
Cool.
How's everything else going with you two? I'm going to hit stop.